Hello everyone, it's Jasmine, and today I'm going to be doing my 2021 bullet journal setup. I'm going to be starting the year with a fresh bullet journal, and the one I chose for this year is the archer&olive dot grid notebook. It has really thick 160 DSM pages, which is great at preventing ghosting on the back of the page. This journal also has a gold foil floral design on a neutral cream canvas cover. It also comes with 2 bookmarks, an elastic closure, and a pocket at the back of the journal. I am really enjoying this notebook so far. The smooth pages allow for easy writing and drawing on the page. The first thing for this setup is to write my name on the first page of the journal, along with some detail on how to contact me in case I lose my journal. Now for the 2021 cover page. I'm going really plain and simple with my design this year. I don't really like my front yearly spreads to be too heavily decorated, as these are pages that are added to quite a lot throughout the year and can easily look cluttered. So I'm just starting off by drawing a frame around the page with my Pigma Micron pen in the size number 3. This is the main pen that I use throughout these spreads. And once my frame is drawn, I'm just writing out 2021 in the middle of the page in a simple thin font. The next spread that I'm going to do is the first half of my future logs. Again, keeping this clean and simple, I'm just going to split each page into 3 sections for the first 6 months of the year. I'm also going to use a grey Crayola super tip just at the top of each calendar to add some visual interest to the page. All I'm going to do after this is write out each month at the top of the calendars and fill in the dates for each month. This part of the setup can take a bit of time and can definitely make your hand cramp, but I have found this to be one of the most helpful spreads in my journal to keep myself organised throughout the year. If you don't know what a future log is and what it helps with, then it's essentially a calendar where you write all of your important dates and events in for the months that you may not have set up in your journal yet. This way, when it comes to setting up your next month, you can come back here and see what events are happening and then move them over to your new monthly calendar. It also helps save me a lot of time when it comes to remembering people's birthdays, as I have a terrible memory. I am also just quickly going to go through and set up the future logs for the last 6 months of the year in the exact same way. My next page is going to be my dot grid spacing page. I'm not great at explaining this, but I'm going to try my best. So for this page, I'm just going to go through and number all the spaces between the dots on the page, both horizontally and vertically. And from there, I'm just going to work out how to split the page into halves, quarters, thirds, and fifths. I already went through and did this with a pencil first, just to try and prevent mistakes. This page is super helpful for when you're setting up spreads in your bullet journal later on. For instance, if you're setting up a page and you need to split it up into 5, but you're not sure how many dot spaces you need for each section, then you can come back and look at this page and just quickly count how many spaces it is. Once that is all set up, I'm just going to do a simple quote page on the other side. And the quote I chose for this is "Your only limit is your mind." And again, adding in some details with my Crayola super tip. I really like having motivational quotes in my journal, just so I can read them when I am not really feeling very productive or creative, or when I'm struggling with something in my day-to-day life. I like my journal to be a positive space, so I try and keep everything in it as uplifting as I can, and quotes really help me to achieve that. The next page of my journal is going to be my period tracker. I know this can be a taboo subject, but this year I decided to try and track my period and some of the symptoms I get with it. I think something like this is helpful for things like a trip to the doctors where they need to know the last date of your period, or maybe to address birth control, or any other medication that you could be on that affects it. So for this, I took inspiration from a plant-based bride here on YouTube and put all the months of the year onto one spread. So for this, I'm just going to draw 12 boxes going along the page for each month and write out the maximum dates of the month down the left hand side. I'm then going to draw a line under each month where the dates of that month end, and then just do a line of dots under each month, just so it's easier to track where each day is. How I plan to use this is when I get my period, I will draw a line straight down the dot and then use different facing diagonal lines for cramps and headaches. I'm finishing off this page with the title and it's done. I really hope my description of this page makes sense, but I can always do a separate video on it another time. For my last page of the setup, I'm going to be doing my savings tracker. So for this, I'm also going to be trying out a new layout. As I get paid from my job weekly, I need a spread which will allow me to see what I have put into my savings every week. So for this, I'm just going to draw out 12 boxes going down the page for the months of the year, and then draw a box next to them for each Friday of that month. Overall, there are 53 Fridays during 2021, so I have just drawn one for each of those. All there is left to do now for this page is just number the boxes and add a title to the top. I also added a line underneath in my grey super tip. So for this page, all I plan to do each week is just to write in the amount I saved, and then maybe add some colour as I do so. So that is the last spread I will be doing in this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you did, and stay tuned for the flip through. Bye guys!